Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, generous donations in all forms, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to clear out the energy, and then we're going to see what the message the Spirit has for us this evening. And I got a different chair. That other chair, oh my gosh, I don't know if, anyway, I got a different chair, okay? And moved a couple things around, so that's why it looks a little different. Also, I do want to say happy birthday to J Mike. I know that he's out right now drinking margaritas. Drink one for everyone that happens to be in the chat tonight. All right? Happy birthday. Let's ring the bell. See, somebody's walking away from something. They may be walking away from gossip. They may be walking away. Hey, High Priestess 2024. They may be walking away from chaos. Somebody's walking away from something. But not just that. You also walked away. And when you walked away, you cleared up some misconceptions about yourself. Number one, it's like there was a secret going around, like maybe that you were a little loose or you had several lovers or something, and that they know that that's not the truth. Hey, Shaylin, and I did receive the email. So they know that, you're not just out there just doing whatever, They know that you're balanced, and they also know that you don't do drama. Hey, Naveen, bottom of the deck, the Hermit, you kind of stay to yourself. You really do. You kind of stay to yourself, and that's what made you victorious about these rumors. People, like I said, they thought that they pegged you because of what somebody else said about you. And like I said, you in a way, you're not afraid to defend yourself against groups of people that come up against you, because groups of people have been coming up against you for a while now. Hey, Rose Glitter, how are you? Hey, K Hyphy. See, this emperor backed themselves in the corner when they told this vicious lie about you. This is a lie that they can't get out of now. They can't sit there and go, oh, yeah. Well, what I said was, but what I really meant was, K Hyphy, thank you so very much. Thank you. I really do appreciate you so very much. Because it's like they wanted you to worry about how people saw you, or how people mistook your loving heart, your kindness, your generosity, your compassion towards people. Like if you stop to speak to people on the road, this emperor was like, see, I knew they was trying to get with them. She trying to get with everybody, but that's not it. You're just a friendly person. And the gossip about you was so strong. This emperor had everybody fooled, thinking that you was just, out for money, out for a good time, not a long time, that kind of bullshit. But now, like I said, they got caught up when you walked away. When you said enough was enough, and you put an end to this bullshit, an end to this gossip, that's when they realized they had gone too far. They had misspoke, and they had definitely misstepped across a line that they can't come back from. And it's like somebody sees the truth about how you operate. You don't operate several lovers. In fact, you may not even have one lover. You might be a person that abstains. You might be a person that's celibate. You might be a person that enjoys your peace. Because it's more, you would act totally different if you was the type of person that was always out there in the streets, was always doing this, always doing that. You would be behaving differently. But somebody's watching you and they see that you always working. You always got, you're always into trying to think of different ways that you can increase your own self-worth. Hey, LP, you're not out there trying to please everybody and smile in everybody's face. That's not you. This is why the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. This is why you're happy. This is why you have that glow about you. You are abundant. This is why. People are starting to see that, you are a rising star because you're always working. You're always doing something constructive with your time. Now it's like, plus, like I said, you always trying to come up with new ideas to do something constructive with your time, to make more money, to have a better life, to whatever it is, whether you want to have different goals, whether you want to take yourself on a trip, out of the country, whether you want to purchase a new home, whether you want to save up and pay for a brand new car outright, or whatever it is. See, somebody, it's like they wanted to rally the troops behind around you with this lie. They wanted to cause conflict because this is the type of person that they are. They sat there and lied and said that you was full of drama. You ain't full of drama. That person is full of drama. That's why that person was saying all that bullshit. If anything, you start something new. If anything, you're happy with where you're at. If anything, you're about to have your 10 of Pentacles. You might be running your own company. Hey, Demita, you might be getting another degree. You might be, really into whatever it is that you need to do for you. And somebody want to sit there and throw some salt on your name, for they should be ashamed. People are looking at you like you are a truth teller. You're very independent. You know how to get that money. You have integrity. You have honesty. You are very responsible. You're very balanced in what you do. And they see you as a dream come true. They see you as wish fulfillment because you're getting your own wishes fulfilled. You're not waiting around on Peter, Paul, and Barry to make sure that they buy you what you want. That's not you. You want something, you go out there and you get it. Somebody wants to travel towards you because they want to, I just heard fill your cup. But I feel like your cup is already full, but you have room in your heart for someone else. But someone wants to travel towards you. They see that you are, I feel like what they've been looking for. They see that you are very loving. They see that they feel like they would have a brand new start with you. They see that they could, and they also see like with you, you're the type of person that would equally give and take. They wouldn't have to give and give and give and give and give, and then even have to make comments. Hello, I need this back in return. You are a person that they could work with, that would do the equal give and take. They see that with you. Hey, Malcolm, how are you? Someone, I feel like they've made a decision that they want to travel to see you. They want to travel to see you because they really want to see you. They are into you. They want to make this, with the Justice card. They feel like, y'all would be really good together. Yeah, this person, plus they're so past this old broken heart that they had. They've left that I feel like it's just a memory anymore. Something that they had to get over. And I feel like they've gotten over that broken heart. It was almost like this was something that they had to get over themselves, because there was some type of secret going on around about them in their home, their household, or their family life or something. But you know what? That shit is dead. That's over. That was some stigma that they proved that was not the truth. Just like you're showing that whatever people thought about you was not the truth. Somebody feels that, you two together. One, I feel like one is somebody that can manifest, is great at manifesting things. And then you or the other is very spiritual. So it's like between the two, I feel like it would be something that would work. Yeah, because I feel like with this person feels like you guys will be able to maintain balance for a while, for forever. The two, because you don't want two people that are just alike. Because when you have two people that are just alike, it's like things don't really work out. Because, both people are competing to see who can do this better. But when you have two people that they bring different things to the table, well, one is good at this, the other is good at this. So one is going to concentrate on these things, and the other is going to concentrate on these things. And together, everything gets taken care of. Yeah, somebody, I feel like they are dreaming about the type of conversation that they're going to have with you. How you daydream about being with somebody, and you kind of vision them next to you. You kind of vision, this type of conversation, or putting your arm around them or something like that. I kind of feel like somebody's doing that. Hey, what does this say? Hey, hell, Shade, how are you? How are you? Yeah, because I feel like this person realizes that, you know what, you have broke some generational curses. There were some generational curses that were meant to take you out. Definitely meant to take you out. The Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. This was like somebody's realizing that there was a lie so big and so bad about you and your character, that it was meant to take you out. It was meant to put so much stress and pressure on you that you was just like, I can't do this anymore. But you know what? You worked through all of it. You worked through all of it. Not only did you work through all of it, but whenever the devil came around, you told the devil to skedaddle. You said you are not welcome here. Whoever thought that they was going to, come up against you, you was like, I'm not afraid of you. Get out of my way, or get stepped the fuck on. We are well. Thank you so very much. Okay, tell me how to say your name. Hail Shade Manuka. I'm sorry, I can't. It's like, break it down for me. Break it down for me. Put it in the chat. Yeah, somebody, it's like they've been watching you. They've been watching you for a while now. Somebody's been looking at you, not in a creepy way, but they've been watching you for a while. Hey, hi, L. Okay. Yeah, and like I said, this person, they see that you talk about God a lot. They see that. And like I said, this person knows that, you've been left out in the cold, or you've been kicked out of the flock, or you willingly left the flock because you decided that you was not a chicken head. You wasn't no pigeon. You wasn't no ordinary yard bird. You wasn't no road runner, you was an eagle, and eagles fly alone. Somebody wants to send you a message and let you know that they're going to be, I feel like this person is going to take a leap of faith towards you. They want to start communicating with you. They want to take a leap of faith because, with this, I feel like this person knows that, you wouldn't be the first. You're one of those people, you're very tempered. I feel like you're very humble. You're very, you stay to yourself. You don't do drama, nothing like that. You're not the type of person that is going to fight over anybody for their attention. That's not you. I feel like this person knows that if they don't speak up, you probably won't speak up either. And it's not so much of you're not interested. I think it's because, you know what, you like they say, once bitten, twice shy, because you know that there is some untruth going on around about you, and you don't even know what the exact thing is, because nobody's ever actually been strong enough to come and tell you this is the gossip that they're saying. Nobody has said that. So you just know that you kind of stay to yourself because you'd rather, you feel like, hey, if they interested, they'll make themselves known. If not, I guess I'll just be by myself. And this person knows that, it's like, and they feel sad about that too. This is why they want to bring the conversation to you. This is why they want to start this conversation with you. Because they have these feelings for you, but they're not sure, if you're gonna, what you're gonna say. Like, they want to start something new, but they don't know, how you're gonna feel. It's almost like if you're even gonna give them a chance. I kind of feel like that because so much bullshit has been said about you that you may have just be one of those people that it just hurt. Like somebody has hurt your heart so much that you just don't know who you can trust. You don't know, if you can trust this person or not. And it's nothing personal, but when people have taken your kindness for a weakness, when they've said some really ugly, untrue things about you, when you've been the butt of the joke for so long and you don't even know what the joke is, when everybody has side-eyed you, clutching their purses, they don't want to talk with you because somebody heard something and it's not even true, you don't know who you can trust anymore. They know this about you. They know this to be true. It's like they're very well conscientious and cognizant of how you could possibly feel, but they know the truth. And this person, like I said, I feel like they want to step to you, but they don't want to overwhelm you. They don't want to, and then on top of that, this person has money, but they don't want you just to be interested in them for their money. But this is somebody that is a leader, that is not afraid to take that first chance, that first step, and they want to take that first step with you. Yeah, this is somebody that I feel like with this, they see that you're good at, you're independent, you're good at making money, and this is somebody that they want to approach you. They want to approach you. Hey, Rose Glary. Okay, good. Thank you. See, this is also somebody, there's a Queen of Wands who didn't want someone to see the value of you. They didn't want someone to notice you. They really didn't. They wanted somebody to keep you at bay. But with this person is not going to do that. Actually, they're going to protect you. And they're gonna tear that tower down. Like somebody, you're supposed to have been the person that everybody keeps out. No, this is somebody that's gonna step towards you, they're gonna protect you, and then they're gonna tear the tower down of all the lies that were said about you. What's the message, Spirit? What is that message? Yep. Yes, they see you very clearly. Hey, Sonny, they see you very clearly. They know who you are. They may not know a lot about you, but they know about your character. They know that you're not one of those people, hey, Galactic Goddess, that somebody said that you were. Now this person that said this, they're caught up in their words. They are caught up in their words. And not just caught up in their words, but other people are starting to leave this person because now they're starting to see that person was lying about you the whole fucking time. So they're sitting there thinking, hey, Nurse Oasis, that if they was lying about you the whole fucking time, what else was they lying about? Yeah, and they're upset because they worked with this person. They worked with this person to keep you down. Like I said, they see that this person is caught up, and they're starting to see everything in a different light as well. That's why you walked away. And not only did you walk away, you didn't even say anything. You was just gone. One day they heard about you. The next day they heard about you. The next day they heard about you. The next day, here it is. You making all this type of money. You doing this. So your actions spoke the truth. It wasn't that you felt like you had to say this and say that. And not only that, you met your person. You and your person are together. Yes. This is somebody who feels that, you know what, y'all are on the same, y'all are like the same. You both take honesty, integrity, and speaking truth very seriously. Neither one of you are into that bullshit ass drama and arguing and talking bad about somebody behind their back and doing this. Neither one of you are like that. Y'all don't get down like that at all. And this is what this person likes about you. Because you're not one of those people that's going to pick up the phone and feel like, oh my God, let me call Karen. Girl, let me tell you what I heard. Whoa, honey, girl, yes, honey. You don't do that at all. You sitting here doing you. See? Okay, we back. All right, we back. Yay. Hello, Dej Dares. How are you? Yeah, see, you're into doing you. You're very responsible. And I feel like, you know what? You are a person that can turn things in your favor. You can create something out of nothing. And this person is looking at you and they feel like you are their dream come true. Like y'all would be perfect together. They're looking at you like you are very abundant. You're happy. They see you as a rising star. Somebody was, it's like you had said something or you had left somebody a message once. Basically that, you was getting ready to go into the forest alone. And it didn't have to be a physical forest. It was just like you was going ready to do you, and that was going to be it. And you did. You went within. And it's not like, and whenever they heard from you again, you was, like you was doing great. It's like you went within. You're not the type of person that, hey, Alicia, you're not the type of person that's going to sit there and if there's something that's hurting you or harming you, you're not the type of person that's going to sit there and take it out on anybody else. You're going to go within. You're going to heal yourself. And that's that. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yeah, this is somebody who they've been wanting to approach you for a while now. This is somebody it's like they've been, and I think that they've been single for a while, but they've been wanting to approach you for a while. Yeah. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I feel like this person, has wanted to travel to see you. They have wanted to travel to see you. And it's if for nothing else, it's to see, hey, are you interested? Can we get things, bumping? Not bumping like physically, but, start it off. I feel like this person would like to take it slow, too, for some reason. What's the message, Spirit? Kind of like that, let's be friends first before we're lovers. Ooh, all of a sudden, my nose is itching. What's the message? I feel like this is how this person sees you, because they're not looking for nothing. They might be single, but they're not looking for nothing cheap. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the message? What's the message? Yeah, this person has been daydreaming about you. Daydreaming about you. You can't make this up, because I just happened, for the first time I see this this heart on these cups. This person has been daydreaming about you. I'm seeing like somebody, with the petal of, those, one of those, what was it called? A daisy? Loves me not. Loves me not. You know how you pick the petal of the flower off? I come to seeing that. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yeah, this person has been thinking about you. They want to see you. They choose you. They choose you. And then, of course, whenever that happens, this is what this is like justice. Both of you getting together is justice. But then, of course, there's always that somebody that want to come back. I feel like somebody is single and they want to come back. They want to come back because you know what? They've been doing some serious thinking. They've been doing some serious thinking, and they just don't want somebody else to win out. Like maybe, this person that wants to approach you, whoever, they're no longer attached to, and they may have been separated or broken up or divorced or whatever for a while. Now that person want to come back because that person they sitting there thinking, wait a minute. I don't want to be the one. I don't want them to get somebody better than me. Yeah, so they want to sit here and act like they're going to come back, even though they, did their own little dirt and whatever else. They want to come back on some secret mission shit. But it's all in this is the moon card. They have something planned, but not a good plan. Yeah, like they want to say something, and they want to sit here and say some little sad sob story, and then talk about the good old times, so that maybe somebody want to go back around with them again. Let's get remarried. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can confirmation. Yeah, and let's see if we can make it right this time. Only to find out if they do that shit, they're gonna be fighting again. Somebody gonna be protecting themselves again. Can't sleep again. It's always like that. Hey, Lightworker William, how are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's the message? What is the message? What's the message, Spirit? Hey, more Ariel. How are you? Hey, Patrick. How are you? Oh, wait. Patricia, sorry. You know, I got these thick ass glasses. Hey, Patricia, how are you? Nana, how are you? How are you, Nana? Long time. So glad that you could be here this evening. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, somebody. I think they want to speak something. They want to say something. They want to tell you something. They want to tell you how. I think how they like some relationship that they were in. Their commitment or whatever that they was in. How they felt like they had to protect themselves. Especially because they felt like somebody was lying to them or lying on them. And how they sat there and they, was trying to, how you try and make yourself believe a lie, but that somebody is lying, kind of like that. And even though they gave somebody the benefit of the doubt, they feel like they was always the odd man out, how somebody always held something or left them out or whatever. It was somebody that was trying to do some black magic on them. Somebody that was trying to do some curses underneath the moon or some shit like that, until they just said, forget it. It's over. That's when that tower hit. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else? Yep. Yeah. This person is watching you, or they it's like maybe they were waiting for you to say something. I think they were just kind of waiting for you to say something. But then they realized, you know what? The more they looked at you, the more they watched you, they realized that you was their 10 of cups, you was their 10 of pentacles, and you was the queen of swords to their king of swords. You was like the perfect one for them. You don't play games. You don't play games. You don't do gossip. You don't do drama. You don't do, the victim. You don't do any of that. You come and you do what the hell it is that you need to do, and that's that. You ain't sitting here making excuses. None of that shit. This is why somebody feels, that they want to take this. They want to take this. What this is the Ace of Pentacles. They want to have this opportunity with you because you already come with 9 pentacles, and so do they. So together, y'all would be 10 pentacles, and we just saw 10 pentacles. We just saw 10 pentacles. This is somebody who's made this decision. And it could have been, the last conversation that y'all had, how you was just, really soothing, kind. You wasn't trying to. You don't come with the whole drama shit. I think that's the part that I keep hearing. They don't do drama. They don't do drama. Yeah, you're very loving and you're very stable. You ask, loving questions about, how is so and so? How's your grandmother or whatever? When you talking about something, you asking those. You're always sending love. I'm praying for you. May God bless you. You're doing that type of stuff. Yeah. So whatever somebody's had to say about you, they know that shit was a lie. They know that shit was a lie. They put an end to hearing anything that this emperor got to say, because that was all a fucking lie. All of it. All of it. And I feel like that is where everything is getting ready to fall apart for this emperor. You know, whether this was a father figure, a grandfather, somebody, this is where, like they say, the rubber meets the road. Hey, Create. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Hey, High Priestess, how are you? Yep, they're coming towards you. Expect a call, expect a message, or expect something. And this is justice to what this Queen of Wands gets. This is their justice too. Because this Queen of Wands did not want anyone to see that you was marriage material, see that you was somebody that they would want to have a long-term committed relationship with. You know? Yeah. So people are getting karma, they're getting justice, they're getting what they deserve because somebody else was able to see exactly the type of person that you are. Hey, OMA, how are you? Thank you. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Yep. Yeah, somebody's looking at you. I feel like they're looking at you on the internet, and they're just noticing that you are like their person. They're watching you, and they're noticing that you are their person. Mm-hmm. What's the message, Spirit? They're really like noticing little things about you. You know, like, I didn't know that Collective had a dimple, or I didn't know that Collective had, you know, a freckle right here and a freckle right there. I didn't know this, you know, or, look at that. You know, they're noticing little things about you. Little things. What's the message? Anything else from this deck? No. I just feel like somebody's thinking about the past too, reminiscing about how this is so different than what they were used to. You know, thinking about what they left behind, what they escaped from, what they freed themselves from. You know, and then on top of that, they're thinking about how you communicate. You know, how you communicate, and you make things better. You try to ease people's worries. You try to, you know, make it so that people they don't feel like they're pressured into this or pressured into that. You know, you set somebody's fears to rest. Yep. And that's what makes this King of Cups, you know, want to come to calmer waters with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Something about somebody tried to act like they could create something, like they could give me an opportunity. Just invest in me. I can make it. I can make something. You know, da 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 da. But they couldn't stand up even close to you like that. Don't compete where you don't compare. That part. And this person is finding out that somebody was just talking a whole bunch of bullshit. That was it. They was just talking a whole bunch of bullshit. And all they was doing was just trying to take this person's money. Mm-hmm. They was talking about they had this idea for this new opportunity, but all they did was take this person's money, and it was all a lie. Every last word of it was a lie. Mm-hmm. That's when somebody realized they should have protected themselves. This could be, you know, they should have protected themselves against this emperor who is, you know, like I said, this could be somebody's father. This could be somebody's grandfather, somebody's uncle. They should have protected themselves from that liar. You know, and it's like they wanted that person, you know, the emperor wanted that person to choose between who their heart sang out for. You know, like they had to choose Do you want this Queen of Cups or you want to be with me? You want this unconditional love bullshit, or do you want to be with me? Because I'm going to get you where you need to go. I'm going to get you all the money in the world. And this person sees that they messed up their chance. They got stuck somewhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they got stuck like Chuck. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Straight Cheese, how are you? Yeah, this person sees now they should have protected themselves against this emperor and whatever they put in, what was supposed to have been this for sure thing. They made the wrong choice. They made the wrong damn choice. Now they should have chose the Queen of Cups, because now this person is like in this position where they're sitting here thinking about the past, and how they affected not just how they affected the Queen of Cups. They're thinking about the past, about how the Queen of Cups made them feel. Yeah, they see now that they are in spiritual jail with the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. That they are in spiritual jail. They want to come and they want to apologize to you, but I feel like somebody don't know really what to say. But they know that they want to go to calm waters, but they don't know what to say. They see it was all a trick. All of it was just a trick. They sat there and they listened to gossip and they got themselves in a position whereas they shouldn't have. But what do you do? Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah. And they broke their own heart when they did that shit. Like I said, this person, they feel like, ooh, they feel like they have let God down with the Hierophant and Judgment. This person, they feel so bad right now that they have disappointed God, that God has turned their back on this person. This is how this person feels, that God said, get thee behind me. I don't even want to look at you. All because this person thought that they was going to get some money. This is all they was getting, a pentacle. And they know that instead of them, they should have denied the devil. They should have denied this temptation because it wasn't worth it. That's why God is like, get behind me. I don't even want to look at you right now. They should have protected you whenever it came to gossip, because they knew it wasn't even the truth. They knew the truth about you. And they knew that you was a very, honest person. You was a very happy person. They knew that you was their wish fulfillment. They knew that they could always rely on you. And now this person is in such regret. This person is in such regret. And they feel like you have somebody new that's coming in. Somebody new that's coming in that's going to give you everything that you want. And that's justice. Everything that they feel that they should have been there to assist with, instead of sitting there lying on you, saying that you was always causing some type of drama. You wasn't. Now this person is sitting here thinking about, everything that they did to put you under an undue stress and pressure, which you did not deserve. Nobody deserves that. Yeah, somebody regrets the shit that they did. But isn't that the karmic though? That's the karmic's life. They regret the shit that they did. You know what? I won't even say the karmic's life, because some karmics out there, they just don't give a shit. But I feel like that is a fallen angel's life. When they regret the shit that they did whenever it's all done. It sounds so good. It's like, well, God's not going to see me, is he? And the devil's going to be the first person to say, no, it's just going to be between me and you. We're not going to let God in on this secret plan. So they think as long as they don't tell you about it, you're not going to know. That God is not going to know. But isn't God omnipresent? Doesn't God see everything? God sees us when we're sleeping, when we're using the bathroom, when we're showering, when we're, picking our nose, when we're at work, when we're driving. God knows everything. So it's kind of like somebody should have thought better. Oh, good. Good, K Hypsee. Congratulations. Yes, it's like, God sees it all. So why lie? Why lie? Why try and beat the system? Why try and sneak? Why do any of that? Because God's sitting there watching us, and while we think we're getting over, God said, you know what? On such and such a day, in so many months or so many years, this is going to happen. Because I already know every single day of your life. I have already planned it before you were even born. This is how I know every single day of your life. But this day is going to come, and you're going to think, oh my God, this is a dream come true. This is what I've always waited for. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I prayed for. And it's going to come. You're going to be so happy. And then I'm going to remind you about that shit that you did way back when you thought nobody was watching. Hey, Queen Memoirs. This is what I'm going to do. Remind you about that shit. And I'm going to make it the most inopportune time for you. But it's going to be the most opportune time for the person that you sat there and stabbed in their back. Bottom of the deck. Somebody needs to work on their inner child. They needed to work on their inner child. And see, somebody, they should have, whenever somebody tried to slide in their DM, they should have told them, nah, I'm good. Nah. Because see, had they worked on their inner child, they would have known that's the devil. And they sitting here looking at you, and you got all the CEO energy. You not letting nobody slide in your DMs, slide around the corner, slide here, slide there. You're not letting nobody slide. Because they got to follow the rules just like you have to follow the rules. See, this is something that somebody's gone through before in their past life. It's just that they don't remember it, because when we're born, on the first few, months of our past life, we remember when we're babies. It's just that as we get older, we forget. So this is something that somebody has dealt with before, the same temptation, whether it was a temptation of the devil saying, I'm going to give you everything that you could ever want and need. It's like maybe somebody grew up poor and they let the temptation of, you can have all the money in the world. Maybe somebody grew up feeling like, they was missing this and or missing that or missing this or missing that. And instead of them going by the book, doing the shit right, they thought that they could cut a corner. They thought that they could slide right in. That the devil was going to slide in, hook them up, slide out, and keep on going. No, that devil is there. Once that devil give you that one pentacle, oh, you belong to them then. Somebody, they see that you are working on your retirement goals. the right way. You doing it by hustling. You know, life has knocked you down. What did you do? You bounced back and kept it moving. You worked on you. Somebody else, they thought that they could be fake with you, that they could sugarcoat a lie, that they could come off as you know, this deep fake. But no, they see that they could not with you. Not only did you put up strong boundaries for their bullshit, but you gave it to them raw with no motherfucking chaser. Straight with no chaser. This person, they was sitting here trying to act like, you know, first they didn't have time for you. Now that they want you to ring them, you ain't got time for them. Your shit is busy. You good. You know, because you was busy breaking cycles that they should have been there. But instead, no, this person, they were sitting here hiding their true feelings whenever you were sitting there working on you. They thought that they was going to be in some type of situationship until, like I said, that day came. Divine intervention. That day came that they had everything. This is what I've been praying for. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. And God's like, wait a minute. Did you forget about this? Did you forget about that? See, whenever you should have swiped left, like, no, you're not interested, you swiped right. Remember whenever you made that deal with the devil? Hi, my church. How are you, sweetie? You know, thinking that you was going to get some type of influencer status. No. All you did was get a wake-up call like, oh, my God, I missed the mark. What a way to learn a lesson, isn't it? When you thinking that you getting everything that you want only to have it slide right by, you like, wait. This person didn't even want to give you closure. They acting like you did something so bad when you didn't even do anything. They just ghosted you. So you had to have your own closure. See, this person thought that they was, you know, so slick or whatever, and they was allowing the devil to love bomb them. They should have left that shit, that person, that place, that thing alone long time ago. But the devil kept love bombing them, and they kept falling for it time and time again. They didn't trust the signs at all. But to you, they kept breaking their promises. And now to the devil keeps breaking their promises to them. Now they're sitting here feeling the same shit that they wanted you to feel. They're going through the same shit they wanted you to go through. They dealing with the same shit, the same backstabbing lies, the same, you know, oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I don't know. You know, that's that same shit that you had to deal with. They dealing with that now. They thought that you was going to be this hopeless romantic where you can give them 50,000 11 chances. Nope. Not even. You fuck up, you'll fuck up. Somebody's having a deja vu moment like, damn, I've been here before. You sure have. They thinking about whenever they left you on bread. They thinking about how they had a mask with you. They wasn't being their true selves. And now they're looking at you. You living a life of luxury. You let all that shit go. You've been working on yourself. You were self-made, okay? This person needed to work on themselves. That's who they needed to compete with. That's who they needed to look at in the mirror. That's who they needed to, instead of them thinking that they was fooling you, they should have been looking in the mirror like, who do you think you fooling? Nobody. And they were sitting here acting like you was just out in the streets giving it up to everybody. You was single because you wanted to be. And even whenever somebody that you knew was a karmic that came your way, you was unbothered. You wasn't thinking about nobody because you was too busy ascending. You had already did your shadow work. You had already did your shadow work, and you even told this other person, okay, you need to do your shadow work. Because you know what they told you? That you need to seek some help. You're like, what? Remember those words. Remember all of those words. Now they're looking at you, and it seems like you're an overnight success, but you're not. You've been working on this side hustle for a while now. And the thing that they admire about you, notice about you, wish that they were just like you, is that you were unfucking breakable. And they feel so bad about all those times that they ghosted you. Especially whenever you needed somebody the most. They fucking ghosted you. Like they thought that they could ghost somebody who was so loyal to them, so dependable to them, so unconditionally loving to them, and like they could mess that relationship up, and then whenever they need that, they can go out there and find that like that. No, boo, it don't work like that. You act like the devil to the collective, the devil will act like the devil to you. You have a brand new life now. Brand new life. And this person realizing they was just chasing clout. Well, did they get it? Especially they was chasing it from a two-faced fucker. Did they ever get it? No. Them chasing clout, they would have had a better chance of catching a cloud up in the sky. You sitting here making money moves. You wasn't afraid to speak up. This person had commitment issues. Like they didn't know, they couldn't decide should they go with the real one or the fake one. So they chose the fake one because that shit was easier. They chose the side piece. And then they thought that you was going to be a side piece by trying to breadcrumb you. Y'all take all them motherfucking breadcrumbs and give it to your fucking side piece. They need it. We don't. We good. We are in our safe space. You know, somebody, we all have a decision. We all come to the crossroads. Every single one of us. There's going to be a day when every single person is going to hear the conversation in their mind. You want money? You want to follow God? And you know what? People will let themselves down each and every time when they go, oh, give me all the money in the world. No, that's when you're at the crossroads. That's when you are deciding the rest of your life. Take that shit seriously. That's the day when you say, you know what, God? I don't give a shit what. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to do right by you. Whatever you say I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. When you tell me I need to leave, I'm going to leave. Even if I got to leave, my family, my children, my this, my that. When you say it's time to bounce, it's time to fucking bounce. Because God is testing you. And the one thing you don't want to do is let God down. Just like that person sitting here feeling like God said, get thee behind me. I don't even want to look in your motherfucking face. You let me down. A fallen fucking angel. This is why you're getting the status upgrade, because you went what God wanted you to do. This person sitting there falling around after some two-faced fucker with talking about some cuffing season with a hidden agenda. Like I said, this is divine timing for somebody. Somebody thought, yay, I'm getting my big break, yay! But then they sitting here and they triggered because of all the red flags that they should have ignored, but they didn't. All the red, not that they should have ignored. All the red flags they should have paid attention to, but they didn't, but they ignored. Now somebody triggered. Now they all in their feelings. When you saw all the red flags, you saw somebody was fake flexing. But you thought that you was going to get this easy payday. Ain't shit easy. Ain't shit easy. Hey, J Mike. Hey, Feral Wolf Dog, Native American. How are you, sweetie? Somebody thought that they was so deserving, that they was deserving to have an easy life. We all deserving to have an easy life. Shut up. Shut up. Hey, Orange Castle. And they failed to realize that they was being a rebound, or they was using somebody for a rebound. They failed to realize whenever you said, "Hey, no, I'm putting up these boundaries because you're disrespectful. It's too fucking disrespectful. I done had enough." They was like, "Fine, I'll go out and I'll give me something better." And so they rebounded with somebody, all right, a fucking energy vampire, and they regret that. Now they ain't got shit, but your bag is secured. And they sitting here damn. You know, this sneaky link that they got always, this is something the most, everything is such a big fucking deal with this sneaky link. Everything is cold red, cold blue, cold, whatever. They have no peace in their life. They was catfished. This is some toxic love. But they sitting here, they don't want to honor your soul contract with them. They rather have that toxic shit because they felt it was easier. Well, guess what? Like James Brown said, you get the big payback. You get your big payback, and so do we. They're finding out that photo that somebody sent to them, all that shit was photoshopped. Whether it was a photo of somebody having a whole bunch of money behind them, they laying on a bed of money, or somebody looking so glamorous with, big tatas and a big BBL and a real small waist, that shit was photoshopped. Or somebody with all these muscles, that shit was photoshopped. This is somebody that went on a blind date. They allowed themselves to go on a blind date. This is somebody who it's like, not only do they allow themselves to go on a blind date, but it's like now they feel like they got a stalker. You know what I'm saying? And this person is sitting here feeling like they just need to recharge. They just need to get away. I just need to get back to the collective. Oh my gosh. And they know that they was gaslighted. They know that they was. You know how they know? Because they did the same shit to you. And then on top of that, this person put all their business out in the street. All of that business out in the street. Everybody know everything. Everything. They're walking into the Walmart. Cashier at Walmart like, "Hey, in your name, Teddy, you still got that boil on your ass? What's going on with that?" You know what? I'm going to tell you what to do. My grandmama, she used to, in fact, I had asked my Aunt Mary about that. And my Aunt Mary said, what you need to do, they know all your business. And they sitting here watching you glow the fuck up. Like I said, they got with somebody who was so jealous of you and they was willing to believe the lie. They believed everything misleading about you. Everything was, oh, and you know what else collective do? Collective also do this, and collective do that, and this and that, and this and that. When none of that shit was true. That's why you put up these boundaries and cuss their ass out with no fucking filter. Because you said, motherfucker, you know that shit ain't even true. You know that shit ain't even true. You spreading a lie just to be spreading a lie. You lying just to be lying. What's the message, Spirit? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, somebody that was after them, they had this hidden agenda that wanted to get with them. They thought that they saw this person coming. They saw him coming. They was like, oh, wait, look at all that money they got. Look at all this. Oh, I'm gonna act like I want to get with them. Hey, how you? Oh, look at this. You know, you want what you doing? What you doing, big boy? Come on. I want to be loved by you, and nobody else but you. They was doing all that bullshit, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, they really like me." They like what you had in your pocket. That's what they wanted. Okay, we back. I don't know what the hell happened. Thank you so much, J Mike. Thank you. All right, Sunny. Yes, we back. Yes, that's exactly what's happening, Lightworker William. They are attacking the truth. But oh well. Yeah, somebody they thought that you was gonna be the rebound. You not. Mm-mm. They got with the rebound. They're finding out that you are unbreakable. They thought that they was gonna break you. You are unbreakable. Yes. And see, now they're watching you. They're watching you. They wishing that they was with you. And they still hiding behind this mask. They watching you. That's what they get. And you the one that's in that CEO energy. Like I said, they sat there and perpetuated this fucking lie about you. This shit wasn't even the truth. They gave up on you way too soon. What they should have did was followed your lead. You was not going to mislead them, misguide them. You wasn't going to lie to them. None of that shit. You was going to get them to the finish line. Now they want to do that all by themselves. They have no choice but to do that by themselves. Now it's time for them to trust them signs, especially whenever it comes to somebody that was already breaking promises. They thought they sat there and acted like you needed to get some help. They should have been talking to themselves. Anything else? We've got to wrap this up. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, Spirit said they should have trusted the signs. They should have trusted the signs. All that glitters is definitely not gold. Yes, you getting your payback. You the one who's in your soul and your safe space. And Spirit said you getting a new soul contract. This is somebody that from your past life. You getting a new soul contract with somebody that they had to bring in from your past life because this motherfucker couldn't get it right. Let's go ahead and swing the pendulum. All right, spirits. What is the answer? Where is the pendulum going to swing? Which way? Looks like it's yes. The pendulum is swinging yes. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. J Mike, have a wonderful birthday on 2/22. Everyone, we will see each other in the morning. I love you all. And good night. K Hypsee, thank you so very much for your generous donation. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, bye now.